Hey everybody, it's Edwin, and I've got another item review for you. This is something I'm really excited about. As you guys could possibly guess, I'm a bit of a sword freak. I love them, especially love Japanese swords, but I've got a couple of other styles. And I'm kind of a creature of habit when it comes to swords. I order from Atlanta Cutlery, I order from True Swords, Dragon Con, and really that's about it. You know, I don't go too much outside the comfort zone of what I know. But I decided to take a risk. I went with a website that does a lot of customizations on their swords. They're called Swords of Northshire. And I'll be honest, when I clicked the finished purchase, I was really terrified because I was putting $160 into something I didn't know how good the quality was going to be. It's coming from China. Yes, it's a province of China where Shinhua makes a lot of their blades, and those Shinhua swords, in my experience, have been very high quality. My spear is a Shinhua spear, and I love the quality on that. But I was still quite nervous, having never seen anything in person that these guys have done. However, when I got it, my mind was blown. The quality, outstanding. This is their Tactical Wakizashi, one of their couple different variants. And the blade is 1060 carbon steel with a titanium nitride oxide coating, which gives it like a black liquid finish. Now, normally, this is the fun part. Normally, when you see a sword, you see what the picture is, and that's it. I saw this sword. The picture was black Ito, black Same, black Sageo, and black lacquer saya, and that was it. However, as I was looking, there were customization options. Now, I'm not going to list all the colors and everything that were available, but I'm going to say that there are different sheath colors, like you can get your saya in red, blue, natural, and so on, or green. You can do the Ito wrappings in a different color, and you can get your Same in a different color, and the Sageo in a different color. So there's options to go with. What's really cool is that there is an engraving option. Let's see here. I'm still trying to learn my way around this blade, so please bear with me here. There we go. Now let my camera guy, let Runer, take in the zoom on that. If it works, if it doesn't, you know. That says resist and bite in Latin, and that was free. The sword itself, can you zoom back out?
Yep.
Right. The sword itself is absolutely fantastic. It's sturdy. It doesn't rattle. It's hand sharpened. This engraving is not painted on. When they say engraving, they mean engraving. They do not cut any corners. The customer service was out of this world. I asked them about the engraving, if it was going to be on there, because my only gripe was when you had all the customization options, there wasn't one for the engraving, even though they say it's a free option. So I had to do that in the checkout, you know, please give any comments or suggestions and all. That was my only complaint. But when I sent an email asking if it was going to be, you know, have the engraving on there, I got a response back within 24 hours. Courteous and exactly what I wanted to hear. However, this may bug some people, especially if you're the impatient kind. The craft time, just on a Wakizashi like this, is 1 to 2 weeks. Now, some of their nicer swords, because this sword is the bottom price range of just $100, you know, 100 plus. Some of their swords can run up as high as $6,000 with all kinds of customizations. And the style, they're all katanas, but there's Tachi katanas, there's Odachi, your regular katanas, Ninja To, Wakizashi, Tanto, Shirasaya. So there's all different styles of swords that you've got to work with. And they make everyone individually. So when if you get your sword from there, and you're like, hey, it doesn't look exactly like Edwin's, the tip might be a little different, or the handle's a little longer or shorter, there's a reason for that. Every sword is individually handmade, so your specs will vary. Dramatically? No, not really. It just might be a couple centimeters longer or shorter, but it in no way affects the balance or the feel of this weapon. The Ito wrapping is tight. Your fittings, the seppa, the fushikashira, all of it is 100% rock solid. Now this one's a little on the plain side, you know, which is kind of what I like. I like a basic sword, you know. Don't get me wrong. I love a fancy style sword, but also I like it once in a while when you keep the basics. The Suba is non-existent, but that's all right. I've held a couple different kinds of swords now. I own a lot, obviously, but I'm starting to lean towards swords that don't have a very large tsuba. In my opinion, it gives you a little more free hand motion. And the sheath, or saya, for those of you who are actually in the know, is great because you could choose black lacquer or red lacquer. I chose the black matte finish, which is what I would want in a lot more swords, because as beautiful as lacquer is, it's just too easy to damage. Fingerprints, if it gets damaged in transport, if your dumber friends get a hold of it, they damage it up, or people who just don't like get a hold of it, they damage it up. It's just a pain in the ass. So having a black matte sheath is absolutely what I wanted. The Sageo is just as tight as the Ito, so there's nothing to worry about there. The colors are exactly what I wanted. It was just an overall fantastic purchase, and if I have more money, I will be returning to Swords of Northshire. But that's all for this review, and Offend Osiris.